Hey, welcome you guys to another episode of Who Should the Packers Draft in the 2024 NFL Draft. We're only 2 weeks away from the draft. 2 weeks away. So, last week we focused on linebackers. Today we're going to focus on 3 major DBs in the draft that might be a good fit for the Packers defense and the way the Packers new defensive coordinator Jim Hafley wants to play with the corner. Jim Hafley says that he wants to have some players in the cornerback position that can play press coverage, and these are the 3 guys I think fits the mold of press covered cornerbacks. So let's get started. The first guy we're gonna look at, his name is Kamara Lazar. Yes, Kamara Lazar. Here we go. Let's see what Kamara Lazar is all about. Okay, here we go. This is Kamara Lazar. His prospect grade is a 6.22 from the NFL website. Predicted score in the 2024 Combine ranking. He's ranked 16th with a 71 rating. Athleticism score in the Combine is a 58. He's 34th among all corners, so that's not good. But if you combine all that, his total score is a 70 overall corner, and he's ranked 22nd in the draft. In the cone drill, he did a 6.62 score. 20-yard shuttle, he got a 4.12. He didn't do the bench. He didn't do the 40-yard dash. He should have. And yeah. But let's go look at what his strengths are and look at what his weaknesses are. His strengths are instinctive and play rigorously. He took a step forward in 2023, so last year. He's a confident press with footwork to mirror pattern from a side shift. So that means he has good feet. That is what that motivates. He has good feet, easy to open hips. So as a corner, you really do need your hips to be loose. You never know which direction the wide receiver is going to go. So if you can open your hips easily, that means you can actually keep up with the wide receiver when you're backpedaling and you gotta turn around real quick. That's gonna help him a lot. Hit the gas and carry the way out into the road. So he doesn't care about anything, but he does have a big energy motor in his body, so he doesn't run out of gas. And he also uses his hands fighting too. So he has ball awareness. He knows how to use his hands to knock it down or get the receiver off the line or not even catch it. he reads, and Kamara Lavender, that's a hard name to say. He reads receiver's eyes for clues when he's facing guarding. So he Kamara Lavender is great at knowing where the receiver might go with his route, and just by looking at his eyes. So that's a plus right there. And he catches the ball well for interception. And he is wired correctly for NFL run support duty. So he's good in the running game too, so he can tackle in the run. Now the weaknesses are they're really alarming here, but I think he can fix some of his weaknesses. One of his weaknesses is average recovery burst in his lateral transformation from off. So that's kind of alarming, but you can fix that. And he has the tendency to lose some ground for trailing technique. So that's fixable too, because he can fix his technique and do that. That's not a big deal because he can fix these two weaknesses. But this one I really don't like because he loses outside leverage too easily when drifting towards the hash. So all that means that when he's trying to tackle or guard somebody on the hash mark, the hash mark is the sideline and the field line. So he has to work on that. But then another weakness is more of a route guard than a playmaker. So he's not a playmaker per se. He's just a route guy. So he can cover any route that the receiver runs, but he's not going to be like a flashy corner like Jair is. Jair is a press man playmaker. He makes plays all over the field. But with Kamara Lavender, he's not like a Jair Lavender. Kamara Lavender plays in the system that he is told to play in. He's not going to go outside of the play to make something happen. He's going to follow the play exactly because he's just not a playmaker. But maybe he can change that if he learns from, Jair Alexander that we have. So he can fix that too. And I am reminding you, these guys are rookies. So they have time to grow in the system. Then after that, another weakness needs to attack and free himself from primary blocker easily. So that is the part that I kind of think is not fixable, because he has a hard time getting off the first block. So in the running game, if he gets blocked by a bigger dude, most likely he's not going to have an easy time getting off that block. But he is a secure tackler. But that's the one knock about him that I don't like is he can't get off blocks easily. Then the last weakness of him is did not display good speed at Pro Day. So he didn't run a good 40, so he might have to, that might make him fall in the draft. But if we can get him in like the third or fourth round, like he's projected to go, that might be a bargain if you can get him in the third or the fourth round. Because he's a project corner, just like all the corners that the Packers drafted is a project corner. But he does have a lot of upside to him because he's great at press coverage that our new defensive coordinator wants to play. And sources tell us that ball production is pretty so-so, but I think some of that was just how Georgia handled their coverage. He played hard AFC rhythm scout. So that is Kamar Lassiter. That was Kamar Lassiter. That was Kamar Lassiter. Now the second guy we're going to look at is Jared Jones. We are going to look at Jared Jones. His prospect grade, let's see here, it's a 5.99 average backup or special teamer. So that might be more for our slot. I would put him in the slot instead of the outside. So let's look at his score breakdown. His production score is 61 in the 2004 Combine. Out of all the corners, he is ranked number 37th in the league. But athleticism score 87. And in the Combine in 2024, he ranked second among all the cornerback position, and the total score is a 74 in the Combine, which puts him in 9th place for all the corners in the draft coming out. And his Combine is he did the 40-yard dash, and he is pretty fast. He got a 4.38 second shuttle in the 40-yard dash. In the 10-yard sprint, he scored a 1.35. In the vertical jump, he got a 39.5 vertical, and then he got a 10.9 broad jump. But he decided not to run the 3-cone drill or the 20-yard dash or bench press. So we don't know if he's good at any of these 3 parts. But you gotta love the speed, you gotta love the vertical jump, And you gotta love the 10-yard sprint. So we're gonna go to his strengths and weaknesses. One of his strengths are competitive determination from snap to whistle. So he plays hard all game, man. That's the dude that you want on your team. Can play outside or inside and down at a big nickel if he needed. That's good. He's a versatile corner. He can play all the cornerback position. Slot, outside, primary, he can do it all. Then shuffling in a rhythm when the route breaks down. So he knows how to recover quick when the route is not going his way. And other thing is he fights with route runners in maintaining coverage level. So he loves to fight the route running receivers, and he majority of the time he has leverage on coverage. That's what you want in a good corner. That's a good trait to have. The next strength of his is takes an angle to the catching point and attacks the hand. So he doesn't go for the ball. He tries to knock down the ball out of the receiver's hand. That might get him into a little bit of trouble with pass interference calls. But if he can get away with it, and he's one of the best linemen out of the draft, then the last strength of his is comes to work ready to do his part against the run. So he is dedicated to his craft. He loves to come in. He loves to compete. He loves to tackle the running back, which the Green Bay Packers really need. For about 5 seasons, our defense can't tackle anybody, especially the running back. Especially, we can't even tackle a running back. But unfortunately, we gotta go to his weaknesses. And he only has 5 weaknesses. I like to hear that. The first weakness is unable to mirror and match release with consistency. So he's up and down. He's sometimes up, he's sometimes down. He is not consistent in matching release receivers. Second weakness is forward can get the best of him in his transition. So he has to work on his footwork or he's gonna get burned by some of these receivers. But yeah, but that's a trait that you can fix by practicing more and more and more. So the third weakness of Jaron Jones is he struggles to make up vertical separation when beaten. So if he gets beat off the line, he can't recover and he can't jump that high. So that I think that's fixable too. So yeah. Then the fourth weakness of Jaron Jones is labor to gather momentum and stay connected on comebacks. Oh boy, yeah. When he gets beat, he gets beat. And he loses all momentum for that. Then the last weakness is allows too many broken tackles to receivers. So this guy can't tackle. Uh, I don't get this. One of his strengths are he can tackle the running back great, but he's a quarterback and he can't tackle the receivers. I find that funny. But that is also, he can also work on that and fix that. If he knows how to tackle a running back, it should be easy for him to fix up his technique and to work on tackling the receiver after the receiver gets the ball. So I think all those are fixable. Like I said, like Kamar Lazar, this guy is a project corner also, but he has a lot of upside to him. So that's why maybe if just like Kamara, if we can get him in the third or the fourth, or maybe even the fifth round, that'd be great value for somebody like Jaron Jones. And then we come to the last guy. You know who it is. It's the top corner in this draft coming up. And his name is, you guessed it, Cooper Gizzard, baby. He's projected to go in the first round, in the mid-first round, His prospect grade is a 6.34, and he is projected to be a starter. Let's look at some of his scores. Production score is an 87. He is second among all the corners in the combine. Athleticism score is 82. He is ranked 80. He's ranked 8th among all the corners in the draft, and his total score is 86. That puts him second cornerback in the draft coming out. And let's look at his bio from last year. In 2021, he played in 7 games as a reserve for tackle. In 2022, second team All Big Ten Conference tied for the FBC lead with 3 interception return for touchdown, blah, 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 blah. And in 2023, first team Effort Press All-American Big Ten Defensive Back of the Year, return Special Teams of the Year, first team All Big Ten Conference finalist for the Jim Trophy Award. Man, this guy has a great, he has a good resume. But like I said, he is second. He is the second highest corner in the draft, so he's gonna be going in the first round, some place in the middle. But if he drops down to 25, where the Packers pick, it's hard to pass him up. It really is. Strengths are starting experience at strong safety and cornerback. So he can play both strong safety and cornerback. He's an explosive athlete, makes athlete, hits making in high weight and speed. So he's a great tackler. He can knock the ball out. Intended zone defender, ready to feast on cornerback with poor eyes. So he's a good he's a good reader of the QB eyes. So that's great. Tracks the path and plays the entire point with big bursts to close. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds it sounds great. Oh, my bad, guys. Sorry about that. Ball skills at a receiver, finishing with 7 career interceptions, 3 returns for scores. So he has good hands. He knows how to pick the ball off. And last year he returned 3 of them for touchdown. That we need that. We need interceptions. We were the worst intercepting team last season. So we need to get back to the old ways where we can intercept the ball and give more opportunities to the offense. And then changes Chargers hard and slam into pass catcher. He loves to hit, man. He loves to hit receivers with the ball, but that could be a little detriment to the team with these soft, quote quote, soft PI. So he has to work on that if he doesn't want to get a lot of PI in the league. And the last of all is he can provide immediate help as a punt returner and gunner if we can call upon him. So he can do it all. He can return punts or he can be on the kicking team. But unfortunately, we got to go to his weaknesses. One of his weaknesses is that he has tight hips. If he has tight hips and in man coverage, if he gets beat off the line, he's not going to be able to turn around fast enough to keep up with the receivers. But like I said with Kamal Lazar, the same thing, that is fixable. Then the next weakness is struggles to open hips and find sudden acceleration. Again, press release. That is the same thing as the first one with the tight hips. He needs to work on those two right now. Then the third weakness that he has is fails to turn and find the football when traveling with deep routes. So he's not that good of a ball tracker when the opposite team tries to throw the ball deep. But yeah, that could be fixable too. Then the other weakness is played a series of bad offense and wasn't challenged much then. So that is scary right here. When he played bad offenses from other teams, and he was not that great in 2023 when he played bad offenses. And then last of his weaknesses are below average length, allows some spillage as wrap up tackle. So he's not that great of a tackler. He needs to work on wrapping up the tackle. And that's the opposite that the Packers need right now. But I think that's also fixable. But yeah. But yeah, guys, anyway, those are, those are the 3 top cornerbacks that I think the Packers should draft or should take a look at. But I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. And I would love to hear your opinion on these 3 cornerbacks. What do you think about Jared Jones, Kamar Lazar, and Cooper DeJean? Alright guys, like I said, at all of my videos, ending all my videos is by saying, stay safe, be positive, and always go Pack Go. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Alright, you have a great one, and I am out. Peace, love, and goodbye.